Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I am going to be giving you my take on the new moon in Aquarius that will take place on February 4th, 2019. Now, just in general, as far as a new moon goes in astrology, this can often indicate a time where one embarks on a new endeavor or project. It could be a time for much initiative and enterprise. This could be about whatever may have prohibited you or inhibited you or what have you, held you back previously, may be eradicated at this time. It could be a time to discard what is superfluous and what's frivolous and taking action in something. This could be a time for it could be about a surf fight and very strong abundance of energy. The time for procrastination and hesitation may end at this time, and you might feel very revitalized and rejuvenated at this time. And I mean, a lot of it can depend on your chart in terms of acting on this and how easy it is or not. I mean, somebody with a very dominant cardinal sign chart may have an easier time, or someone with Mars that's very strong and dominant, Mars conjunct the ascendant, Mars in Aries, and anybody, and even somebody like with a Leo sun or ascendant, somebody that's got a chart that indicates a certain amount of abundance in terms of energy and vitality, and somebody that may have a very action-oriented chart, like I stated before, a dominant cardinal chart as an example. They could have the easier time with this because they are already either action-oriented, or people, like I said, have a strong Mars or have some strong Leo, strong Aries in their chart, can have that energy and vitality there, and it's easier to take action on this energy, and having this energy anyway. Now, natally, now also everyone, this could be, but the thing about it is somebody with a dominant cardinal chart, I mean, they are often about starting many things and often simultaneously. But anyway, going back to this new moon, everyone collectively may be impacted by this new moon, but especially people with the sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius or the zodiac sign Cancer. Aquarius, of course, because this new moon is going to be in their sign, and Cancer, of course, because Cancer is simply impacted strongly by all transits and phases of the moon, given that the moon does rule Cancer. And a lot of this is attributed, I believe, to why the zodiac sign Cancer can be, very temperamental, moody, and fickle. Anyway. Now, as far as this new moon in Aquarius goes, this could be about where one may start at Aquarius job position. It could be something like starting work as a social worker, something in robotics with computers, like computer programming, or any other work with computers. It could be somebody working with information technology, starting work in astrology, internet work, electronics, innovation, invention, aerospace. We're starting something with environmental engineer. It could be something where you start doing something environmentally, where you're helping others globally, something with astronomy, working as electrician, humanitarian work, even rocket science in some cases. Now, and this would be great, really greater propensity for this if this was to fall in one of the workhouses in one's natal chart, and those, of course, being the 2nd, 6th, or 10th house. Now, also, this could be a time as well where someone may simply start a new friendship, embark on a new friendship with somebody. It could be a time where many may start to begin to show more of a universal love for others. This could be a time where people might become more progressive, future-oriented, starting to incorporate more selflessness in their lives. Say if this falls in one's 6th house, this could be about just simply incorporating more humanitarianism and selflessness and consideration, perhaps, in one's daily routine. Now, this could be something where one may begin the process of inventing something or some project that requires computers or electronics, a start of consideration for others more. This could be something just simply the start of a person doing something that may be considered unorthodox or unconventional. Now, This could be a very auspicious new moon because it makes no adverse aspects to any other planets, and that does not happen very often. So this could indicate one may be able to start a new endeavor in connection with this new moon, with really very little obstructions, resistance, conflict, or opposition. It's because you're not having any of this adversarial astrological energy. And there's going to be no retrograde planets either, so this could be very little delays in doing this. It's important to, and also less excessive reviewing before embarking on any project connected with this new moon. Now, the thing about it is, now, even though there's no retrograde planets, we understand that, almost everything somebody does is going to be, there's going to be some review, but the new moon in general could be about things, it could be very spontaneous and extemporaneous energy. And also, again, going back to the fact no retrograde planets will help that immensely. Now, again, it's important to look at the house this falls in one's natal chart, as this could impact the delineation and interpretation. Now, mine is going to fall in my 10th house. Now, this could emphasize for me perhaps the start, perhaps gaining maybe a little bit more notoriety and recognition, perhaps as an astrologer, where it truly becomes more of a career-related matter as opposed to mainly just doing astrology videos, which is pretty much what I'm doing right now. Now, also, it's important to look at the aspects, of course, this makes 2 points in your natal chart, as this could impact the delineation and interpretation as well. Now, mine is going to make a long trine to my moon in Gemini, which is my moon Gemini is in my 1st house, but it's conjunct my 2nd house cusp. So the way this may manifest for me, this could be very auspicious, perhaps for favor with Gemini women. It could be a Gemini Sun, Moon, Ascendant women, or simply ones that embody Gemini-like characteristics. And also people in the public and people I may feel close to home with. And also this could be beneficial to my income as well, given that my moon in Gemini does conjunct the 2nd house cusp. Now, also, another aspect that this makes, I think a lot of the problems I notice a lot of times when there's something where there's some full or new moon or something in Aquarius, hitting my 10th house, and it seems like it's going to be a time for being more progressive or getting some extra notoriety as an astrologer or what have you. The problem is, in a lot of cases, it will make an inconjunct aspect to one of my Cancerian planets. As many of you may know, I have a stellium in Cancer. I have the Sun, and I have Mercury and Mars in Cancer. And in this case, this is going to make a long inconjunct to my natal 3rd house Mars in Cancer. So as in this example, this time, this could be about a conflict or an adjustment with the future, this progressive astrological energy, perhaps in the career, which of course is the new moon in Aquarius in the 10th in my chart. It's going to conflict perhaps with this Mars in Cancer energy in the 3rd, because it's going to conflict with perhaps some acrimony and anger, lamenting and ruminating over past hurts that could affect my thinking, given that the Mars in Cancer is in my 3rd house of the rational mind and thinking. So what I want to get at is, in general, the reason I think, difficulty in capitalizing on this energy a lot is because, again, it often makes an inconjunct aspect to one of my Cancerian planets. And when you have Aquarius energy, of course, that's about progressive energy, future-oriented energy moving forward. Cancerian energy is almost the antithesis of this, because Cancer energy is often lamenting, ruminating, thinking about the past, sometimes past hurts. Cancer is stuck in the past, where Aquarius is trying to move forward. So that's why I think a lot of times, even though superficially you look at this transit, it looks like it's going to be something really positive for me, but it winds up, what happens is it makes this conflict with the Cancerian energy, and that's why I have some difficulty moving forward with this. But anyway, hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Anyway, another thing too is that looking at this, it's also this new moon in Aquarius is going to make a conjunction to Mercury. So this could be a time too where it could be very auspicious for writing for many people. Somebody can start a new writing or communication Aquarius related, something connected with the future. It could be about writing about flying cars or something, writing about some new technology, something connected with computers, electronics, innovation, new ideas, science fiction. This could be a very propitious time for science fiction writers to start a new book, because you're going to have, I guess I would call it like a long conjunction with Mercury at this time electionally. So this could be able to communicate something that may be connected, with this new moon in Aquarius energy, with a lot of in a very perspicacious manner and clear manner, because Aquarius energy could be very clear in terms of the communication part of it. Now, also, it's also important to look at other electional transits as well, as this could impact and affect the delineation to some degree. Now, transit Venus is just going to be very early in Capricorn at this time. So when I see Venus entering Capricorn, I think it's like 1 degree, 0 to 1 degrees of signs I see as could be the beginning initiation of something, which could be very appropriate considering we're talking about new moon and Aquarius energy. Venus and Capricorn in the early stages could be about very auspicious, perhaps, and beneficial for starting some kind of business. And then you have the new moon and Aquarius energy to go along with it. It could be something that could be very good for the start of an Aquarius-like business, I think, for many people. Now, also, too, this is something as well, again, I talked about the Aquarius writings before, because you're going to have that Mercury making the long conjunction to it. But what I want to also talk about, that Mars will be in Aries as well. So Mars being in Aries is going to help, because Mars in Aries could give very assertive and aggressive energy without much hesitation, procrastination. But also it's important to look at the degree as well. Now, it's going to be at 15 degrees Aquarius, this new moon. And as far as Sabian symbols go, well, this suggests that, this could accentuate, again, a lot of initiative and enterprise, and one may gain perhaps some prosperity and notoriety, even if you can go outside the box at this time and kind of expand the horizons, so to speak, and explore, you could say, explore uncharted areas. Now, also, this could be a time where this could be also, it's important with that degree, again, we're going to continue with that 15 degrees Aquarius. It could be where you also need to be careful and prudent, being judicious in selecting people and associates that may be able to help you in this, as far as this energy goes. Now, anyway, it's also important to look at transits that are made by other planets to points in your natal chart, as this could be intensified, because this is going to take place at the time of the new moon in Aquarius. Now, at this time, transit Venus in Capricorn is going to make a tight opposition to my natal Mercury in Cancer in my second house. Now, one way this may manifest, sadly, is that, well, at least what I might perceive as rather cold or callous, perhaps astrological connection, since we're talking about Venus and Capricorn, could be real cold relationships in that 8th house of the occult, which could include astrology, is going to, the way this may manifest for me is that because it's going to oppose my natal Mercury, they may appear oblivious or even adversarial, some of these people, to what I'm trying to convey in terms of generating income at this time, given that we're talking about Mercury in Cancer in the 2nd house. And being that it's in Cancer, this could be about where I might take this very much to heart and very personally, and being in the 2nd, which might strongly impact my own self-worth and self-esteem. Now, And also, it might be another way this may manifest perhaps as limited monetary support, making me feel maybe somewhat disconsolate, might be at this time, might be to, might be making me feel somewhat disconsolate because it's going to be Venus in, you're talking about Venus in Capricorn being in that 8th house, and as far as emotional, I should say monetary support, this could be about very limited. I mean, given that Capricorn energy could be very restricting, and being in that 8th house of that monetary support, you get the idea. This could be very about getting that limited monetary support at this particular point in time, which might be making me feel somewhat disconsolate given that this Capricorn energy is involved at this time. And really that's another way I think that may manifest, but that's just as far as Venus, just Venus and Capricorn being in the 8th house, because the Venus could be about our feelings, and then Venus of course being in Capricorn, feeling somewhat disconsolate maybe in matters with the emotional monetary support, and that of course is the 8th house. So anyway, I hope I elaborate enough on that. But anyway, the next thing I want to talk about is that this also can be another electional aspect that could be, the electional aspects can be intensified as well, given that this is going to take place at the same time as this new moon. Now, the electional aspect, one of them, you're going to have transit Mars making a square to transit Pluto at this time. So this could indicate that really you might have a lot of assertive, aggressive energy, may conflict with perhaps with the power of government or authority for many. And people also at this time, because of that aspect, may need to guard strongly against expressing overly aggressive, ruthless behavior in order to attain their means. And also, you're going to have a long conjunction of Mars to Uranus at this time as well, but that could be very auspicious. That could actually reinforce energy and initiative in things that are innovative at this time. You're also going to have at this time electionally, you're going to have Neptune making a sextile to Saturn. So this could be about dreams manifesting to reality through laborious and consistent effort, given that Saturn is in Capricorn. Now, another thing I noticed too is interesting. This could also, Neptune is a singleton planet at this time of this new moon as well. It's the only planet in water. So perhaps that energy could be more prominent and pronounced. There might be more emphasis on attaining dreams and what many may have just simply fantasized about before. So another thing too, that this is going to fall in the United States 2nd house. And again, you're going to, and the chart I'm talking about, of course, is the one with the Sagittarius rising. I know some people may prefer another United States natal chart, but I'm talking about the one with the Sag ascendant. That's the one that I like. But anyway, as far as that chart goes, again, the new moon in Aquarius and that Mercury in Aquarius, transit, it's going to fall in that 2nd house in United States chart. In one way, this may manifest, I've talked about this in at least one video previously, but I'm really beginning to wonder if this might be more of a start, if it hasn't happened already in the United States, if it hasn't already been initiated, is that I've talked about that microchip being implanted in one's hand. I know they started doing that in Sweden, I believe. Now, I wonder if it's going to maybe progress to the United States at around this time of this new moon, because you're talking about the new moon in Aquarius energy in the 2nd house, and the new moon, of course, is going to make a long conjunction to Mercury in Aquarius at this time. And Mercury, of course, is connected with the hands. Aquarius energy could be connected with computers and electronics. And of course, the 2nd house is about finances, things of a monetary nature. And we're talking about something that could be about, I mean, you're talking about that microchip thing in the hand. That could be, I mean, a new ways of court, a new way or method where one may be making transactions, I believe. So you understand, why I'm thinking, the possibility may exist that it could be the start of that if that hasn't happened already in the United States. And another thing I noticed too is that the fact that this new moon in Aquarius is going to be, it's just at the time of this new moon in Aquarius, it's going to be just a little bit beyond, not far from where the South Node is in the United States chart. So, and when you have a planet that's, of course, it's passing the South Node, it's usually what this could suggest and indicate is a departure of something. So on a positive end, maybe for many in the United States, I'm thinking the fact that it's going away from the South Node in Aquarius in that second house in the United States chart, the one with the Sagittarius rising, of course, I think this could suggest and indicate that it could be about maybe many people in the United States may be going away from a very erratic or sporadic financial situation. It could have been one with many fluctuations and unpredictability, and something where they're embarking on something new and getting free, having freedom from that kind of maybe monetary situation. Of course, Aquarius energy can be about freedom and independence, and it could be about maybe starting something Aquarius related as far as employment may go. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my take on the February 4th, 2019 new moon in Aquarius. And stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be talking about the natal chart of prolific NBA superstar James Harden. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.